Conversation today is Africa the new frontier? Is Africa the new frontier? Not because Africa hasn't been there, but because Africa now seems to serve as a refuge for those who are tired of the West. But you know what? Let me correct myself because there's two types of people that are going to Africa right now. You have the first type, which I'm going to address and get it out the way because it's not so positive. You have the colonizers who go there because they want to scour and reap the benefits of all that Africa, the continent, has to offer, from the diamonds to the gold to the oil to the precious minerals to the cobalt that I actually benefit from right now because my iPhone is one of those candidates that is being produced because of Africa, to just the richness of the land and the golden opportunities. Africa's the golden egg. So you have those people that are there, and they are from every nation, especially, well, we have the Europeans there, even though France is starting to get kicked out. Yay! You have the Chinese there. You have Russia starting to come in. You have the Lebanese. And you have those various groups. So that's one group. And then you have another group, the premier group, which I should have said that's actually the number one group, but you know what I mean. The premier group is you have the diasporans, the African Americans, Jamaicans, you have uh, those from the UK, you have Africans and Canada, and some of them are coming back home, and then some are coming to Africa to create a home. The lost children, the lost tribes are actually coming back, y'all. They're coming back. And that seems to be the new frontier. And then you have those who bring their pets, like me. She has to be in the video too. So all right, Cookie, chill, just chill. All right, I'm actually doing this live right now, so chill. But in terms of the opportunities that Africa gives those who are looking at it as a new frontier, it gives you a break from the West. It gives you a break from the certain levels of racism that are dealt with in the West. And you can cut it and slice it and dice it any way you want. The West, and I mean America, UK, are built on white degeneracy. I don't call it supremacy because it's nothing supreme about it, but are built on that philosophy. You have in our country, you have police brutality, you have where they profile you just based on the way you look, and you'll get stopped. You know, a lot of our men and boys are subject to that. You have the capitalist, just money hungry greed. You have where so many people are just living to pay bills and don't get a break. You have the food, and go figure, American food now is, instead of being the best food in the world, is considered almost a third world country food, where other countries don't even want our food. Go figure, because of the chemicals and the poisonous things that are being put in our food, and they're selling it and calling it food. You have, what else? I mean, the list can go on and on and on, but When you have all of these people now that are deciding to leave the West to go to Africa, there are some countries that, are not so fully developed, where they have power outages or they have still dirt roads and so on and so forth. But people were actually selecting and electing to deal with that loss of that part of that luxury over dealing with the luxury of the West. Because the luxury of the West, yeah, you have certain benefits and certain things, but the amount of stress, the PTSD that many people of color live under, that people are electing to say, you know what, it's time to try something new now. It's time to try something new. And for many, Africa is that new frontier. You have the opportunity where you do have some very cosmopolitan cities in Africa. You have Joburg and you have Durban in South Africa. You have Gaborone in Botswana. Shout out to Botswana and sending you my love. I heard and I've been watching about what's going on in Botswana. You have Nairobi and Kenya. So many African Americans are flocking there and loving the lifestyle. Very, very cosmopolitan, down to the Uber, down to the malls, and then even in Kenya, you still have Mombasa, which is on the water. You have Tanzania that many people are going to and loving it, not as cosmopolitan as Nairobi, but still offering a refuge. And it's on the ocean and it's a lifestyle that many are liking. You have Uganda, you have people going to Uganda now. There's a lot of movement in Uganda, and the architecture in Uganda is beautiful, by the way. Those homes in Uganda, gorgeous. Kenya, I see you too, though. South Africa, I see you too. Okay, not sleeping on y'all, but yeah, the homes, there are many, many homes in Uganda, beautiful homes, affordable according to the West standards. They're still very affordable. You have Mauritius. You have expats now, Black expats that are in Mauritius. You have some going to Mozambique. You have a lot of African Americans that have moved and gone to the Gambia. The Gambia is a hot spot, a very hot spot, and that I will have to say, thanks to the Bag family, Cynthia and Rick, just top notch in terms of really, really putting the Gambia on the map with the African American community. But of course, you had Blacksit. Blacksit was also big with that. And then you have African Americans that are also moving to Senegal. So there's a lot of hot spots on the continent right now. Oh, did I not mention? I did mention South Africa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. And even some in going into like Zambia, a few Zimbabwe, and occasionally Namibia. So, I mean, really, you have a hot spot. There's a lot of hot spots. And Africa's a big continent. There's 54 countries in Africa. Oh, and not to forget, number one on the list, Ghana. So many, so many, so many people going to Ghana. And shout out to Ghana for granting citizenship. Ghana's thinking ahead. Ghana's knowing what to do because you have the diasporans coming home. That means they're coming home to spend money. That means they're coming home to boost the economy. And that honestly is where I'm at. If you're looking at Africa as the new frontier, then look to go to uplift Africa. Don't be like group one, which is not really the first group. Don't go to rape her. Don't go to take advantage of her. But definitely look at her as vast opportunities for entrepreneurship, for starting new ideas, for going to fill in where there may be a need for a service or an idea that you have. Definitely go, but make it a cyclical thing that you give and then it gives back. So it becomes a cycle of positive energy and of just uplifting the continent. So, yeah, I would say for many, many people, Africa is the new frontier. There's a lot of opportunity that awaits you. And just for the fact, if you're just tired of the West or you just need a change, maybe you go back to the West. Maybe you still continue traveling back and forth. Maybe you create an import export. So you do go back and forth or you're able to move products back and forth. There's so many ideas that are just waiting to be discovered. So get ready because we're coming home and many are already there. All right. Shout out to Mama Africa. We love you. We love you.